News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Hello, I'm Austin Carr, the Cavaliers, and I want to tell you a little bit about my COVID journey. I unfortunately got the virus, and it really is something that you don't want to get. So what I'd like to tell you to do is to get your vaccine. Not only do I want to protect myself, but I want to protect the other members of our community.
The Centers for Disease Control and Ohio Department of Health recommend that you get vaccinated now. Find your nearest site at gettheshot.coronavirus.ohio.gov. A message from CareSource.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News Talk 1480 WHBC and our annual Health Week. I'm Pam Cook. I will be hosting this wonderful week of shows filled with so much great information to help you find the resources that you need and want all around our area. And we're going to start off the week with our friends at CareSource. And you can listen, of course, on air and online, but also I should tell you that you can watch this program on our WHBC video stream on our Facebook page at 1480 WHBC and also on our YouTube channel. All you have to do is just search News Talk 1480 WHBC. So let's talk a little bit about CareSource, providing public health care programs, including Medicaid, Medicare, and Marketplace, the largest Medicaid plan in Ohio, and as they like to say, healthcare with heart. So let's welcome in Jesse Reed. Jesse is Director, Life Services Ohio, and also Jody Corte, Director of Community Marketing Ohio. And we want to find out a little bit more about CareSource. Jesse, first of all, explain what your role is with CareSource.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Pam. First of all, thanks for having us. We're thrilled to be here. So Life Services is really the CareSource brand of the social determinants of health, right? And that's what we do in our Life Services team is we focus on all of those things that go on, kind of the person outside of the patient, right? All those things that impacts the person's health and well-being that go on outside of a doctor's office or a clinical setting. That's really what we do with Life Services.
And you talk about the social determinants of health. Explain what that is for someone who's never used that term before.
Yeah, that's kind of a buzzword in the healthcare world, right? And Life Services is kind of our code word for that at CareSource. That's the stuff that goes on in a member's community, in a member's home, the socioeconomic factors that impact a member's life, education, job status, family and social support, stable income, community safety, your physical environment that you live in, all that stuff that do definitely impact a person's health and well-being. But that they don't go on inside of a doctor's office or a hospital or a clinical setting, right? But they very much so impact a person's health and well-being. And that's what we do in Life Services. We're there to support our members with those needs.
Yeah, I think that's really important and probably a little unique for a healthcare service to be able to do that or take that into consideration. So why does CareSource think that's important?
Yeah, so it's definitely, it's not an approach that members are kind of used to us, their health insurer kind of taking with them to have a life coach, work with them to help them find a job or to help them kind of move to a better house or a better apartment. We're a little bit unique in that space, but it's something we're really proud of. We're there to meet our members wherever their needs may be, whether they're kind of around a clinical need or around a more socioeconomic need like the Life Services stuff. So yeah, we're proud to be there for our members however they need us.
We have to talk about the pandemic because obviously it's affected everybody in so many different ways. And I would venture to say that people didn't even really think about it affecting their healthcare services, but it has done that. So what are you expecting from your members when it comes to that?
Yeah, for sure. Some of the things we saw over the last kind of year and a half really from our members was social isolation was a big one, right? Everyone is kind of hunkered down in their homes. And for the folks with robust social supports and family close to them, figured out and made a way. But for some of our members who don't have that, their life coach, their care manager kind of turned into that social support for them during this kind of time of need. So we were proud to be there for them for that. Things like helping with utility bills, helping with kind of, like I've mentioned before, finding better housing, connection to local food pantries or food banks. Things like that have been a theme for us over the last kind of year and a half that we've been really stepping in and filling that need for our members. So it's been a unique time for sure, but a time we're proud of that we've been kind of walking right alongside our members with. So yeah, hopefully there's light at the end of the tunnel. We're all very excited about that.
Yeah, would you say that basically you have learned things along the way? I mean, I feel like most of us have learned something different that we're going to hang on to after the pandemic.
Yeah, for sure. I think what it spotlighted for us was just that importance of a relationship, right? Whatever that relationship looks like. It could be a spouse, it could be a best friend, but it might be your care manager, it might be your life coach, just someone who you can pick up the phone and call when you need something, and that person's there for you. I think this pandemic, the last 18 months or so, has really spotlighted how important relationships are to people.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's talk with Jody Corte, Director, Community Marketing for CareSource. Hi, Jody.
Thanks so much for having us today.
So let's talk a little bit about your role with CareSource.
Our team in the community is really focused on in-person assistance, helping people navigate government programs. It can be rather complicated.
Probably going to have you either mute your phone or your computer, so that, or probably your phone, I'm going to imagine.
Sorry, Tam.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you know what? We'll take a break and we'll come back. We'll take our commercial break and come back and talk with you, because I know there's a lot of things that we want to discuss with you that are very important to what CareSource does. So we'll take that quick break and we'll have more from the folks at CareSource. Our annual Health Week continues on 1480 WHBC.
Staying informed gives me the power of knowledge.
Moving forward and making progress, we will continue to bring you updates and information as we always have. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to listen to us on your smart speaker, tablet, or phone, too. Just download the iHeart, Odyssey, or radio.com app.
Just started listening about 2 months ago, and I love it, listening to it every day.
And most of all, be sure to check out our website daily for the latest at WHBC.com.
Hey, the Roadman Kenny Rhoda here for Froggy's Car Wash, now open with 2 locations for your convenience, Lincoln Way East in Perry Township, and the newest, bestest, largest car wash at Belton on Everhard. Get unlimited car washes for one price starting at $20 a month, plus free vacuums. That's unlimited washes all month long for less than $1 a day. You won't find a car wash that gets your car cleaner than Froggy's. Foam waterfall, hot wax, paint protectant, tire shine, and spot-free drying rinse. All the soap is non-corrosive, and they have high-powered blowers, leaving your car dry and spotless. It's fast. It's easy. It only takes minutes while you stay in the car. So take advantage of what Froggy's has to offer. Unlimited monthly plans with free vacuums starting at $20 a month. So take your car to Froggy's Car Wash. 2 locations, Perry Township, and the newest is now open in Belton on Everhard Road. And tell them the Roadman sent you.
Our children are the future of our great nation, but the radical left is targeting their education, bringing radical critical race theory into Ohio classrooms, indoctrinating our students to despise and reject the history of America, to see everything through the lens of race, to embrace Marxism as a tool to control behavior. It's extreme and it's dangerous. I'm Jane Timken. I'm a mom, a fighter, and a proud pro-Trump candidate for United States Senate. I won't sit back and let the radical left try to turn our children against America and transform our nation into a socialist country. As your next senator, I will fight for you, your family, and your children's right to an education that celebrates the greatness and values of America. I will stop the radical left and advance President Trump's America First agenda. I'm Jane Timken, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Jane Timken for Ohio.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emo wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with a quick tip from H2O Wireless on stretching your budget and saving money every month. Start with your recurring monthly bills, and here's the easiest one, your cell phone bill. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile charge premium rates for unlimited data, when in all actuality, you have no need for that much data. H2O Wireless, on the other hand, is on the exact same network as one of those carriers, but charges you half. The average family of four is saving over $70 a month without having to sacrifice coverage. And listen to this, unlimited talk, text, and 15 gigs of data for just $36 per month. Switching is as easy as swapping out your SIM card. You can keep your phone and your phone number. Here's how to get the best deal. This month, dial pound 250 and say keyword get H2O. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Dial pound 250 and say get H2O for this exclusive offer and start saving today.
Hey everybody, this is Rafa Hernandez Brito, the Spanish voice of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I'm here to encourage you to please educate and inform yourself on the vaccine against COVID-19. Let's all do everything we can to help our community get back to normal. Get vaccinated.
The Centers for Disease Control and Ohio Department of Health recommend that you get vaccinated now. Find your nearest site at gettheshot.coronavirus.ohio.gov. A message from CareSource.
And welcome back to Health Week on 1480 WHBC. And today we are taking time to learn more about CareSource. And we've fixed the issues that we had with Jody Corte, Director of Community Marketing. And actually, we had issues with her computer, not with her. And she's on the phone line with us right now. Good morning, Jody.
Good morning, Pam. Thank you for your patience this morning.
No problem. No problem. Totally understand. So tell me a little bit about your role with CareSource.
Thank you, Pam. And truly, where we are today is our space. It's community relationships. So we have a team across the state of Ohio of people that just connect people with resources and help them navigate the health insurance arena, be it Medicaid, Marketplace, MyCare, Medicare. Health insurance can be confusing, and it's our job to take that complication off the table and help people through that process.
Yeah, I think one of the most confusing things is eligibility. People never know when they're eligible. Some think they are and they're not. Some think they aren't and they are. So how do you deal with that?
Pam, that's an excellent question. And that is the truth. There are no two same situations, if you will. It's all based upon your household dynamics. For example, the household income is part of that factor, but it's also looking a little bit further, such as how many children are in the household, what their assets are, and some of their conditions are also part of that equation. So it's really important to know that you may have a friend or a neighbor that has a situation, but it may not be the same. So it's worth the call to see about your eligibility.
And speaking of that, I mean, how would people enroll? How do they get in touch with you?
Thank you for that, Pam. We have a broker hotline for the state of Ohio, as well as local job and family services offices that are going back to in-person meetings again, thankfully. But if I could share that broker hotline number with you and for your listening audience, I would appreciate it. It's 1-800-324-8680.
And so why CareSource? You know, if folks think they can get this kind of a service in different places, why would they choose CareSource?
Oh, I could go on all day, Pam, but I know this is only a 90-minute show. I would like to really note that we are rated the highest in quality by our managed care report card, as demonstrated by the Ohio Department of Medicaid. So that tells you that an unbiased party has rated CareSource the #1 in quality results. But it's a little bit more than that. It's really the fact that we take a holistic view of our members' needs and meet them where they are. We have a robust incentive plan to promote overall wellness, and I look at that kind of like just coaching reminders for babies first, children, kids first, and women's first, just to kind of be able to meet you where you are with regard to your wellness needs, and reminders that you're incented to take part in that.
Well, we appreciate you coming on with us this morning, Jody. A lot of great information. Repeat that phone number one more time.
That number is 1-800-324-8680. And thank you so much, Pam and team. I really appreciate your momentum.
All right. And we also want to hear some more about CareSource and the services that they offer to our area. So let's hear from Karen.
Meals. How could CareSource step into the gap to make sure that food insecurity wasn't going to increase in our senior members? Worked with the Ohio Association of Food Banks, and in Indiana and Georgia, their food bank associations, to do senior commodity boxes. We knew as the school systems shut down that many of our children receive free and reduced lunch and breakfast. And so now that was going to be an added burden in their households for food security. And so a lot of our early efforts in COVID went into food security. The other partnership that I think is critically important, and one that we may not think about when we're sheltering in place, is it's really hard to shelter in place when you don't have shelter. And so working with our homeless shelters and our domestic violence groups to make sure that they had the kind of personal protective equipment and cleaning equipment and all of the things that they needed to keep our members in the shelters safe while we were all learning about what it was going to take to really fight the virus. I'm so proud of the work of all of the CareSource employees that are out in our community and the life services teams about how they were able to kind of pivot that one-on-one to really thinking and being creative about how we continue to support our members and support each other.
And a lot of great information. CareSource, meeting the moment. And we love to hear from different people who have experienced it and also community partners. And that's what we're going to do here coming up next. We will take a break and we'll have more with CareSource, some of the community partners. That's all coming up. It is Health Week on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Because the news never stops.
Get the facts.
And neither do we.
1480 WHBC and WHBC.com.
My name is Kate Courtley, and this is my new show, Can You Survive This Podcast? I'll be drawing on my years as a former Navy SEAL platoon commander, sniper, and CIA contractor. The show is designed to teach you techniques that will increase your chances of survival if you happen to find yourself or your family in any life-threatening disaster scenario imaginable. Subscribe and listen for free on Apple Podcasts. Can You Survive This Podcast?
A child's body temperature rises 3 to 5 times faster than an adult's, and leaving a child in a hot vehicle can lead to their death very quickly. Tragically, in 2020, 24 children died of pediatric vehicular heat stroke, and many of these incidents occurred when parents or caregivers simply forgot the child was in the car. Please set yourself reminders on your cell phone or place something you'll need in the back seat so you don't forget your child. Always look for your baby before you lock.
Brought to you by NHTSA.
The Wendy's restaurant in your area has issued a major bag alert.
Bag alert, major bag alert.
The bacon double stack is back in the biggie bag with fries, nugs, and a drink.
all for just $5. The following are to be expected: joy, disbelief, inability to think about anything else. This deal is effective immediately, and it's only at Wendy's.
Major bag alert. Bag alert. Major
Biggie bag
bag
includes 4-piece nuggets, small fry, and small drink. U.S. price and participation may vary.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get to where you want to go. For advice on solutions like XPS 13 laptops powered by Intel Evo platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
As a dentist, I know what my patients are saying.
Mm-hmm.
She says her gums are irritated.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you can do? You can try new Crest Advanced Gum Restore. It detoxifies below the gum line to restore your gums back to health in just 7 days.
I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with a quick tip from H2O Wireless on stretching your budget and saving money every month. Start with your recurring monthly bills, and here's the easiest one, your cell phone bill. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile charge premium rates for unlimited data, when in all actuality, you have no need for that much data. H2O Wireless, on the other hand, is on the exact same network as one of those carriers, but charges you half. The average family of 4 is saving over $70 a month without having to sacrifice coverage. And listen to this: unlimited talk, text, and 15 gigs of data for just $36 per month. Switching is as easy as swapping out your SIM card. You can keep your phone and your phone number. Here's how to get the best deal. This month, dial pound 250 and say keyword get H2O. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Dial pound 250 and say get H2O for this exclusive offer and start saving today.
I'm Verndale from Verndale's Water Center. Did you know Verndale's Water Center is the best place to buy your salt, softener salt, agricultural salt, even swimming pool salt? So make Verndale's Water Center your source for high-quality salt at a great price.
WHBC AM 10, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
WHBC News now 75 degrees. A shooting at a popular local racetrack yesterday afternoon. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office says one person is dead, another hospitalized from an incident in the parking lot at Dragway 42, where apparently 2 people firing weapons. That happened as people were leaving a private event at the US 42 track. The sheriff's office says a man driving recklessly and kicking up gravel in the parking lot got out of his truck and began firing at people. A total of about 20 shots fired.
Another person here at the racetrack fired back at him, supposedly in self-defense.
Captain Douglas Hunter with the Wayne County Sheriff's Office. The person killed said to be a bystander. Others believed to have been injured, not seeking treatment. That initial shooter left the scene, was still being sought. Stark County Sheriff's Office investigating a shooting death in Plain Township over the weekend. An unidentified man shot once outside a home in the 700 block of West Common Street Northeast. The Dover Fire Department wants to allay any concerns for residents who live near the Dover chemical plant following a fire there Friday morning. The department says they have a good working relationship with the plant and their employees are very professional.
They do a lot of monitoring. So yeah, it is a chemical plant. It can have issues, but they run a pretty tight operation now, and we've had a good working relation with them for a long time.
Dover Fire Captain Brooks Ross, no cause for the fire, which destroyed a building and some equipment, also releasing a cloud of hydrochloric acid. State reporting 636 new cases of coronavirus over the weekend, 22 of those cases out of Stark County. The rate of fully vaccinated Ohioans went over the 42% mark over the weekend. There are under 500 active hospitalizations. Not too many people getting COVID-19 shots right now, but there may be a new version ready to go in the fall.
Maryland-based Novavax says its late-stage clinical trial study in the U.S. and Mexico shows that its COVID-19 vaccine is about 90% effective overall, as well as safe for use. The study involved about 30,000 people, but also found that the vaccine is 100% effective against moderate or severe cases of COVID-19, in addition to being effective against some of the virus variants.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Your next news at 11, and when it breaks, Jim Michaels, WHBC News.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Partly cloudy skies continuing this afternoon with a damaging thunderstorm possible. Storms can bring flash flooding and damaging winds. High for the rest of the day 80, then mostly cloudy tonight, low 60. Tuesday will be partly sunny with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon. High tomorrow 75. Partly sunny Wednesday, high 73. Sunny on Thursday, high 77. I'm Holly Holdren for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Hey, Father's Day is coming up, and why not win some cash for Dad? No need to give him the same old for Father's Day. Get registered at WHBC.com, and you could win $1,000 for your father. Brought to you by Bears Lawn and Garden in North Canton at the corner of Portage and Wales.
Hello, I'm Austin Carr, the Cavaliers, and I want to tell you a little bit about my COVID journey. I unfortunately got the virus, and it really is something that you don't want to get. So what I'd like to tell you to do is to get your vaccine. Not only do I want to protect myself, but I want to protect the other members of our community.
The Centers for Disease Control and Ohio Department of Health recommend that you get vaccinated now. Find your nearest site at gettheshot.coronavirus.ohio.gov. A message from CareSource.
And welcome back to Health Week on 1480 WHBC. Today we are taking a closer look at CareSource and their connection with our community. And right now we are going to bring in Jeannie Jones with CareSource. We're also going to talk to a couple of her community partners, and we're going to start out with Ashley Abrig and Brightview Health. And first of all, let's say hi to Jeannie. Good morning, Jeannie. How are you?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having us.
Yes, we're so glad that you could join us. And just tell us a little bit about what you do with CareSource.
Well, I am a community education rep, and my responsibilities are to engage with community partners such as Ashley, who represents the Brightview Health Agency, and Chanel Harvey, who is associated with the Stark County Community Action Agency. Along with community partners, I also involve with current CareSource members and potential CareSource members. So I have a lot on my plate.
You sure do. You sure do. And let's talk with Ashley. Ashley, I've known Ashley for a long time, and she has a great relationship with CareSource. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Ashley?
Well, thank you, Pam. I miss seeing you in person, but this is nice. So my relationship with Jeannie actually just sort of transvolved in doing community marketing and events. And basically what happens is I work for a comprehensive drug addiction treatment center here in Massillon. And what happens is we get a lot of patients that come into our center that do not have insurance. And I have to be able to have someone in the community, a tangible person that I can call. And Jeannie's one of those people. And she really stood out to me with CareSource. She's positive, she's motivating, and she provides a lot of resources for our patients. So it brings the patients that come into our center that feel they have no options for medical insurance and other options as in transportation. Jeannie provides that knowledge for us to give to our patients.
And how important is that for you guys to act quickly and be able to give that information?
When someone comes in at Brightview, we provide services regardless of whether or not they have insurance. But if they do have insurance and it is CareSource, what that is sometimes they're just unaware of the services that are provided within their insurance coverage, such as barriers in transportation and other physicians. Sometimes they think they're just stuck in this tiny little hole of who and what they can see in regards to their insurance. So it's great for our patients ultimately to have a tangible person and a positive person in the community to reach out to help our patients.
Yeah. Do you find people often have a lot of questions that, they don't have the answers to that obviously you go to Jeannie for?
Well, yeah, it's super easy to pick up a phone when you meet someone and I can call her up and say, hey, Jeannie, I have a patient right now in my center. They really need help. Or can you give me direction on where I can go? And she has, as you can see, she's very bubbly and very lively, and she makes it fun to talk to. And we've done a lot of community events together. And I think just the community seeing that, although we are a drug addiction treatment center and Jeannie provides, she works for CareSource and they provide that medical insurance, they see how great we work together. So they don't feel alone when they're coming into Brightview. They know that, oh, wait, if I go to Brightview, they know how to talk to my insurance too. And I think that's a really big deal for them.
Yeah, because it can be scary and people have certain images of insurance, right?
Well, and sometimes, they're at the lowest of their low when they come into Brightview and they don't have a lot of support. And I think if we provide them with that armor of support and know that we have their back and that we have a phone call away to somebody that can help them complete the process of getting their medical insurance is pretty encouraging. And then it makes them feel like they've done something. So yeah, it works for us.
That's great. So tell folks who are listening right now how they could get in touch with you, Ashley.
Sure. My name is Ashley. I am the Community Outreach Manager for Brightview, and we are in Massillon, Perry Township, if you want to stay, just one building west of Genoa Road. You can call 1-833-510-HELP. That's 4357. Or you can just drop in at 3545 Lincoln Way East in Massillon, and anytime Monday through Friday, 8 to 3. And we're happy to take you in, and we're just there to help you on your road to recovery.
All right. Thanks, Ashley.
Thanks, Sam.
All right. And again, this is Health Week on 1480 WHBC, and we are talking with the folks from CareSource and bringing some of their community partners to the forefront, because that's important. When you're in this community, you want to know how they interact with them. And Jeannie, you have interacted with another person by the name of Chanel Harvey with Stark County Community Action. Hi, Chanel.
Hello.
So let's talk a little bit about your relationship with CareSource. Describe that for us.
Okay, so the Community Action Pathways Hub, we partner with CareSource to serve pregnant women throughout their pregnancy through baby's first birthday. We address the social determinants of health and racial disparities and inequities. Through our partnership with CareSource, we have additional support to connect our families to CHWs or community health workers that work with mom to connect her and the baby to needed services and resources. We've seen mothers evolve from instability to self-sufficient upon completion of our program. So we're very thankful for the assistance that we have through CareSource.
So what drives the need for your services in the community? What kind of folks are looking for your services?
Well, Stark County has one of the highest rates of infant mortality in the state of Ohio, and it impacts African Americans at a much higher rate than Caucasians. To be blunt, in Ohio, for every white baby that dies, nearly 3 Black babies die, and that's definitely a problem. The Ohio Commission on Minority Health has made infant mortality a focus, and they fund hubs like ours in high-risk counties to address this problem and lower the rates. The Community Action Pathways hubs, our primary focus has been infant mortality. However, we also serve community partners or community members that are battling chronic disease. Our partnership with CareSource actually helps further support our efforts so that we can effectively and efficiently serve the families in Stark County.
So tell me, do you have any events coming up or things that people should be made aware of?
Definitely. So we are currently planning our next Grab, Go, and Grow event. Our last Grab, Go, and Grow event was in May, and it was a drive-through baby shower sponsored by CareSource, and it was a huge success. So we're excited to be working with them again and planning a health and wellness fair that is on Saturday, July 24th. So stay tuned for those details.
And how can folks get in touch with you if they're interested in talking to the Stark County Community Action Agency?
So they can reach us with through Facebook or Instagram. They can follow us at Cap Hub Stark Co. Or they can call us at 330-454-1676. Again, 330-454-1676, option 2.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Chanel. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Jeannie, I just wanted to ask you one more time, because I think it's important for our listeners and the viewers who are seeing us live on Facebook right now, why it's important for CareSource to have these community partners.
Well, it's very important that CareSource is involved in the community. That's how we are able to reach, our members and potential members. We're able to share the services that CareSource offers. We have a population that we serve in the marketplace, in Medicare, in MyCare, I think I'm Medicare Advantage. But it's important to be out there. It's important to be seen. It's important to distribute your email address and your phone numbers so people, if they need this type of service, can reach out and have the resources that they need.
Very good. And we appreciate you explaining to us all of the outreach that you have with the community resources, because like I said, people don't realize what's out there to help them. And when you point it out to them, it's something that they certainly will remember.
They do remember that, Pam. It's just, you have to build those relationships with people out there. You have to be able to communicate with them. And, once you establish that relationship, they remember that. So I've heard from people after 2 years reach out to me and still have questions or need help once again. So, it's an important role, and I love what I do.
That's awesome. Well, again, there are so many ways that CareSource works with our community, and we're going to talk more about that coming up on Health Week right here on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Omni Express Walk-In Clinic is here for you day and night, and even on Saturday with new extended hours. Turn your orthopedic ouch into an ah. The Walk-In Clinic is open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturday. No appointment needed. Come to Omni Express first for fast, expert care. Located at Omni Orthopedics, 4760 Belpar Street in Belden Village. Visit omniortho.com or call 330-492-9200.
And again, good morning, everyone. I'm Pam Cook, and this is Health Week on 1480 WHBC. You can check this out live on Facebook if you'd like to do that at 1480 WHBC. Just like our page, and also on our YouTube channel, just search for 1480 WHBC and you'll find it. So I'm glad that everybody's having a chance to tune in. Now we want to bring in Danielle Williams-Thompson with CareSource and her community partner, Holly Calhoun with the and we're going to talk a little bit about partnership again and we're doing this again because this is what makes everything so special about CareSource, I think, is the community partnership. And welcome, ladies. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. Good to hear and see you also for folks who are watching on our video right now as well. So first of all, Danielle, tell me a little bit about what you do with CareSource.
Well, I'm a community marketing representative, and I am in the community that people know about the benefits we have with CareSource. And so when we engage, we're talking to someone who may already be a member or someone who may be a future member, so a prospect, someone that wants to join CareSource. We also network with our community partners to make sure that we're providing them information they need to serve their clients about CareSource and make sure that we're providing ourselves as a resource. We have a lot of connections in the community that we can refer to when folks need help.
Okay, and Holly Calhoun is with the East Akron Neighborhood Development Corporation. Talk about your relationship, Holly, with CareSource. You need to unmute your mic, Holly.
I was able to meet Danielle and the CareSource group through the Emergency Task Force. This was a collaborative of other agencies getting together, giving information to the underserved. And with that, it has been a great kickoff. Danielle and CareSource has helped us through scholarship or sponsorships through programs in our neighborhoods. And we had the farmers market, and this brought produce into the neighborhoods where they could use their SNAP card or buy fresh produce from the market, local markets. And they were able to also receive all this good healthcare information from a nonprofit agency as CareSource. So it brought in the affordable care marketplace, and this was an opportunity for the neighborhood to get this. We also was able to receive book bags through our homecoming event, which CareSource sponsored. So we were able to get local entertainment and also to bring in a home ownership fair. So they were getting all this information into their neighborhoods, and which was a great response, and they were able to assist us.
And Holly, maybe we should explain East Akron Neighborhood Development Corporation, what that is.
Yes, we're a nonprofit agency with a collaborative of different programs. We have the electrical partnership. This is a statewide program. We cover Summit and Stark. This program helps save energy, save the world by providing those energy efficient light bulbs and also replacing appliances like refrigerators and deep freezers. And this is all free. You can rent our own, and our application is right there on our website. And of course, we can mail that out to individuals so that they can help save energy and save the world one house at a time. We have our Center for Home Ownership with our director, Ms. Toya Kelker. She brings in the banks, the realtors, the inspectors, all those needs to purchase a home and help with your financial ability, getting that credit score where it needs to be so you can get that low interest rate. And we also have our properties where we have our 55 and older and our 3 and 4 bedroom family size homes. So we do accept Section 8. And if they're not on Section 8, there is a minimum income, which they can call property management or look on our website on our applications. And that's how we all got started.
And I would imagine that CareSource has done a wonderful job of helping you help the underserved. Would you say that?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. Our 55 and older, understanding that Medicaid, that Medicare, getting signed up, our family size homes, getting them with them being a part of CareSource, a lot of them didn't know that they offer rides to their doctor and to the pharmacy and, those things that are needed in house, and maybe in a 55 and older person, depends on that.
All right. And we appreciate you coming on and sharing all of that with us, because that's just another one of the community partnerships that CareSource is very proud of. And also, we want to bring in another great partner with CareSource. And we have James Sneed on the phone with us this morning, the Joy Park Neighborhood Federation. Good morning, James.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Glad to have you along with us. And I know that Danielle is important to you guys too. First of all, talk a little bit about your relationship with Danielle and CareSource.
As president of the Joy Park Neighborhood Federation for the past 9 years, CareSource has played a tremendous role in supporting many of the events that we have at the community center. Danielle, we are very fortunate to have Danielle as a member of the organization. So we do quite a bit of few things in the community, such as during Thanksgiving time, we reach out to the less fortunate for baskets. Christmas time, there's Christmas toys that are dispersed to less fortunate children in the community. Easter time, we have called Breakfast with the Easter Bunny. In May, we have our Mother and Daughter's Day luncheons, which we provide, recognize mothers in the community. We also recognize our high school seniors, which we award them a scholarship as they pursue higher learning.
And so how would you say CareSource has helped you with all of this? What has been that connection?
Sponsor.
With those events that we've had, either CareSource or Danielle, I would say she's either chaired or co-chaired, and CareSource has sponsored or co-sponsored many of those events. One example would be this past winter, we had a Coke drive where the Coke giveaway, we had about 150 children that were impacted by that. Very fortunate that Danielle played a vital role in that we were able to distribute 150 coats to children, though they would have warm clothing for the wintertime.
And I'm looking at, you talked about the Coke giveaway and the scholarships and the Thanksgiving baskets. I mean, that's a big part of it. And Danielle, talk about your participation in all of this. This has to be a big deal for you too.
Yes, it's a very large privilege for me to participate in the Joy Park community. This is something that we do to support those graduating seniors. That's the ultimate goal. We do events that raise dollars to go towards the scholarships that we offer to those graduating seniors throughout Akron. And this year we awarded $500 scholarships to those graduating seniors, and they had to send in a essay, and they had to have certain grade point average, and it was just wonderful to see. And even the mayor came to see them be awarded. Usually we award that at the mother-daughter brunch, but this year that did not take place because of the pandemic, or last year it didn't take place. But it's a pleasure to serve in the community and be able to sponsor these events so that we can bring the community up just a little bit.
Yeah, awesome work. So we appreciate you coming on, Danielle, and also James. Thank you for filling us in on Joy Park Neighborhood and the connection there. That's some great stuff. And we're going to take a break for the news now. Coming up in hour 2 on this very first day of Health Week on 1480 WHBC, we're going to tell you a little bit more about how CareSource interacts with our community and what it's been like helping clients during a pandemic. And this is 1480 WHBC.
During the COVID pandemic, our African American population has been hit harder than everyone else. If we don't get the vaccination, we're going to take the hardest hit again. The COVID vaccines are our best shot for getting our lives back to normal. Hi, I'm Tom Roberts, president of the Ohio Conference of Branches of the NAACP. Don't wait to vaccinate.
The Centers for Disease Control and Ohio Department of Health recommend that you get vaccinated now. Find your nearest site at gettheshot.coronavirus.ohio.gov. A message from CareSource.
Hi, this is Therese with That Little Italian Kitchen. Today I brought a special guest, Joey Cannoli.
First off, I'm not very special, but I'm going to tell you something that's real special. Besides, Therese, it's them cannolis. Get there as fast as you can. She runs out every time I go. I get there, they're gone. What are you going to do? Get there fast.
So hurry and get there before Joey Cannoli comes to 5730 Fulton Drive, Northwest in Canton, across the street from Lake Cable.
That Little Italian Kitchen.
JT here again with Samuel Rinaldi, Paramount Elite. Sam, spring means crazy weather, man. How do we protect our homes? JT, call Team Paramount. Whether it's wind, hail, flood, or fire, Team Paramount has your back. Call for your free interior or exterior property inspection, or if it's an emergency board up, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, Team Paramount's available. Call now, 330-842-9181, or check us out on the web at ParamountEliteOH.com.
Now at Menards, save big money on your next project with 11% off everything. From smoke and carbon monoxide alarms to fire extinguishers and more. Kidde home safety products keep your family protected from emergencies. Right now, all Kidde safety products are 11% off. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through June 19th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 Little Blue or
fun.
Hey everybody, this is Rafa Hernandez Brito, the Spanish voice of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I'm here to encourage you to please educate and inform yourself on the vaccine against COVID-19. Let's all do everything we can to help our community get back to normal. Get vaccinated.
The Centers for Disease Control and Ohio Department of Health recommend that you get vaccinated now. Find your nearest site at gettheshot.coronavirus.ohio.gov. A message from CareSource.
WHBC AM Canton, trusted, reliable, and part of the community. Brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union, providing financial needs to all of Stark County. It's time to bring a friend into the family on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
A shooting at a popular area racetrack. Story and more in seconds. Good morning, Jim Michaels with WHBC News. AccuWeather says sunshine gives way to clouds. A thunderstorm this afternoon, 80 for the high. We're just about there. We're at 78 at your severe weather station. An uninvolved bystander is dead. Another person hospitalized in a shooting at Dragway 42 in Wayne County yesterday afternoon. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office says a man began firing a gun during an altercation in the parking lot following a private racing event that had just ended. A second person fired shots in an apparent defensive mode. As many as 4 others may have been injured, not seeking medical treatment. The initial shooter apparently driving recklessly in the parking lot, kicking up gravel.
There was a confrontation about that, resulting in that man getting out of his vehicle armed with a handgun and multiple rounds were fired by that man.
Wayne County Sheriff's Captain Douglas Hunter, that man being sought, driveway 42 just outside of West Salem in the northwest corner of Wayne County. In Columbiana County, a Homeworth man faces vehicular homicide and other charges in the death of 41-year-old Jennifer Moreland of the Alliance area, killed when a large truck careened into her house back in January. 20-year-old Joseph Matz, indicted by a grand jury this week. The 5-month-plus delay in the case reportedly blamed on pandemic and other delays at state crime labs. Moreland was asleep in her home on Knox School Road in Knox Township when the truck missed a curve and slammed into the house, according to the state patrol. Moreland's husband had serious injuries. Matt's also charged with misdemeanor OVI offenses. Excessive speed gets the blame for a one-car accident just east of Kent early Saturday morning that killed a Canton woman. The Ravenna Post to the State Patrol says 50-year-old Janine Daniels lost control of her car at the Summit Street Powder Mill Road roundabout in Franklin Township, hitting a curb and a utility pole. Daniels dead at the scene. That's as much about public relations as crowd control. You'll want to watch for the Canton Police Department's bike patrol at the next event you go to downtown.
Focus is initially, for, the larger crowd events such as First Fridays, Hall of Fame, Centennial Plaza type of events.
Canton Mayor Tom Burnaby, the department recently brought the bike patrol back. The two patrol officers do need special training. From Fox News Radio's Dave Anthony, we have things to discuss.
That's what Vladimir Putin tells Russian state TV ahead of Wednesday's meeting with President Biden, who's expected to confront Russia's leader about cyber attacks, including ransomware hacks from Russia. Putin calls it farcical that his country is involved in those attacks, and
if we agree to extradite criminals, then of course Russia will go for it and will do it. But only if the other side, the United States in this case, agrees to the same and will extradite the criminals in question to Russia.
And he had his few minutes on the stage over the weekend. 14-year-old Nick Williams from Tuscarawas Central Catholic Junior High, unfortunately spelling Sakura wrong in the first round of the Scripps National Spelling Bee. Sakura is derived from the Japanese for cherry blossoms. The Bolivar teen, the repository winner and local best speller. Next news coming up here at 11:30, and when it breaks, Jim Michaels, WHBC News.
Now, your local weather forecast. Stick with us. News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Watch for severe thunderstorm this afternoon, which can bring flash flooding and damaging winds. Partly cloudy skies otherwise, with a high of 80, then mostly cloudy tonight with a low of 60. Tomorrow will be partly sunny with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon. High on Tuesday, 75. Partly sunny Wednesday, nice day with a high of 77. Sunny on Thursday. I'm Holly Holden for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
You can order great Canton stuff with our WHBC logo.
I get it, and I love it.
And let everyone know where your heart is.
No, I'm gonna do it. It's all at WHBC.com.
It's real.
Fan gear.
No way, that's amazing.
Get it now.
Right now.
And let everyone know where your heart is.
If you really love someone, it's simple.
Be a part of the team, the WHBC team.
I'm famous.
Go to WHBC.com to find fan gear.
When struggles seem too tough, when sickness takes a hold, when cancer picks a fight, when baby's on its way, when life throws you a curveball, we've got you. With nearly 130 years in your backyard, Altman knows you and knows your community better than anyone. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family, and we want you to be the healthiest you can be. Altman, we are ready. We've got you.
If you or a loved one are looking for that next stop in life, a comfortable, safe place to live that fits your lifestyle, I want you to talk to the folks at St. Joseph Senior Living. Hi, I'm Pam Cook. Check out their independent living facility, The Alsatian. It's been voted best of the best for 3 years in a row. They offer spacious apartments with full kitchens. All utilities are included, along with housekeeping and a delicious evening meal. The Alsatian provides a safe and secure social living experience. They're on Reno Drive in Louisville, right behind St. Thomas Aquinas High School. It's a beautiful neighborhood. Find out more. Find out if they're the right place for you. Call Beth Bruner today, 330-875-5562. That's 330-875-5562. Or go to stjosephseniorliving.org.
Hey everybody, this is Rafa Hernandez Brito, the Spanish voice of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I'm here to encourage you to please educate and inform yourself on the vaccine against COVID-19. Let's all do everything we can to help our community get back to normal. Get vaccinated.
The Centers for Disease Control and Ohio Department of Health recommend that you get vaccinated now. Find your nearest site at gettheshot.coronavirus.ohio.gov. A message from CareSource.
And good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our annual Health Week on 1480 WHBC. I'm Pam Cook, and today we are sharing some really great information about a wonderful community resource, CareSource. And if you missed any of our first hour, you can go back to our Facebook page at 1480 WHBC and check it out there. You can also go to our YouTube channel. Just search 1480 WHBC and you'll find it there, and you can listen back to it. Community resources, a lot of ideas and explanations, and so a lot of good things that you may have missed in that first hour. And right now, we want to hear a little bit more about ways that CareSource affects lives.
We think about our nonprofit heritage, right? When we put all of that together and how we reacted to all of the challenges up to and including today, that's what meeting the moment means to me.
Again, that's what's so important with CareSource, meeting the moment. And now we're going to bring in our guest from CareSource, Dr. Dale Block. Of course, we have to talk about the pandemic. We have to talk about COVID-19. Mm-hmm. We made it through, and now it's all about the vaccine, I suppose. And so welcome, Dr. Block. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for having me on the show today, Pam.
Absolutely. So many things that we want to talk to you about. So first of all, talk about the safety and the science of the vaccine. Let's discuss that a little bit, how important that is.
Well, I think that has been the major concern, quite frankly, as the vaccination was kind of brought through the emergency use authorization through the FDA and then later approved by the CDC. The science is there. People don't realize this, Pam, that there has been work on the vaccine for the COVID virus for many, many years. And quite frankly, it sat on the shelf because no pharmaceutical company really wanted to put the dollars into making a vaccine for the common cold. Unfortunately, the pandemic changed all of that. I think that once the vaccine talk began, and the science was really beginning to be discussed publicly, people got scared, quite frankly. And, one of the things that I've learned, I'm a family physician by training. One of the things that I've learned over years of practicing and working with all kinds of people is keep it simple, stupid. The old KISS principle, right? The more that you make things complicated, the more that you make things so that the average person really can't understand, you inject fear. And that's what we saw. And it was so debilitating that, we didn't see a great jump necessarily to the vaccine that we wanted to. And once things kind of got rolling, and certainly in Ohio, as the ages went down in being allowed to get the vaccine, different health conditions and the like, I think everybody started to calm down. The vaccine is safe. The science is there. There is nothing whatsoever that anything in the literature that would support that the vaccines are not safe. Now, do vaccines, sometimes react differently in people? Sure, they do. But the scare with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, where we had maybe the literature said at least 30 people where they identified a genetic problem with blood clots that they didn't even know, would have been affected by the vaccine. That was just 30 people out of 8 million that got the vaccine. But we focus on the 30 instead of the 8 million. And so a lot of the work that I've been doing, and certainly my colleagues in the other plans around that service the state, we've been talking about the fact that our source of truth is the CDC. We believe in the science. We believe in its safety profile. Otherwise, it would never have gotten through the emergency use brand, if you will. And I think that we're seeing that as we continue on and we keep working with the moving and pushing the vaccine, especially in those communities most vulnerable, that those trusted community resources that have had the vaccine, we rely on them to basically help us explain that the vaccine science and safety is there. And we should really believe in that.
What about folks who have been infected with COVID-19? Is it their ability should they get the vaccine, still get the vaccine, even though they've had the infection? I mean, many people believe that they're protected because they already had it.
Well, we think that, again, the science suggests that even though you've had the vaccine, you may not have developed a significant or a strong enough immune response to make it safer for you than if you got the vaccine. And really, again, when the vaccine is given, it stimulates your body to fight off the virus. So what we've seen because of the vaccine is maybe mild, COVID infections. The vaccines are not 100% effective. 95%, pretty good, but there's 5% that can still be infected. But the issue is, does it keep you out of the hospital? So in other words, is the infection that you get, on that mild side, and is it going to affect you from, having multiple complications? And we know that all those vaccines that are available now, they all help really prevent moving to that moderate severe infection that, sadly, the numbers continue to go up, but, over 500,000 plus people in the United States dying from COVID infection, it's just heartbreaking. And the stories are heartbreaking. So we continue to advise all of our members at CareSource to please get the vaccine. We do outreach. We will take the time to answer questions. We've got wonderful people that we've educated and that are educated, that are outreaching to our members to really help them understand what should I do? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. Help me. And that's what we're responding to.
Well, there are obviously so many things to discuss about COVID, and we will do that with Dr. Block after we take a break here. It is Health Week on 1480 WHBC. We're talking to the fine folks at CareSource, and you're listening to 1480 WHBC.
Hey everybody, this is Rafa Hernandez Brito, the Spanish voice of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I'm here to encourage you to please educate and inform yourself on the vaccine against COVID-19. Let's all do everything we can to help our community get back to normal. Get vaccinated.
The Centers for Disease Control and Ohio Department of Health recommend that you get vaccinated now. Find your nearest site at gettheshot.coronavirus.ohio.gov. A message from CareSource.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn, but not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
I don't need anything, I just need I played the video with no sound in the stream thing because the little thing that I didn't put in there because it's got a picture of a van in it, and I think that doesn't belong.
I hate Tom's Tulip Shop. It just smells so flowery. Like we're good at your flower shop. You don't need to remind us.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
I needed a fake plant. They don't sell fake plants. Thanks for nothing, Tom.
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial auto and business insurance.
Denny says have a great day. I'll decide what kind of day to have.
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated in third-party insurance.
Want to turn your old, rusty hunk of junk in for a nicer ride, but think it's not even worth a tank of gas? Think again. Progressive Chevrolet will give you $5,000 for your trade, no matter the condition. That's right, $5,000 for any trade guaranteed when you buy any factory-certified pre-owned car, truck, or sport utility at Progressive Chevrolet in Massillon. Needs repairs? No problem. Any rusty, smelly, noisy hunk of junk gets you $5,000 guaranteed. $5,000 could help you get approved. No other dealer will give you $5,000 for your cruddy car, but Progressive Chevrolet will, guaranteed. Get $5,000 for your trade only at Progressive Chevrolet in Massillon. One trade per purchase. Offer applies to GM certified vehicles only. Does not apply to prior transactions and cannot be combined with any other advertised offers. See dealer for details. Ends June 30th, 2021. Get $5,000 for your trade only at Progressive Chevrolet in Massillon.
And welcome back to Health Week on 1480 WHBC. And again, today we are talking with the fine folks from CareSource, and we've been talking about COVID-19, the vaccine, Still a lot of different topics, and Dr. Dale Block with us this morning. So, Doctor, what are the side effects? There are still people out there who get a little bit worried about what's going to happen if they do, in fact, go and get the vaccine. Tell them maybe, again, what they can expect.
Well, most of the time, the main side effect after getting the vaccine is soreness at the vaccination site, and that soreness can last, anywhere from 24 to 36 hours. Others have experienced kind of a low-grade fever, some achiness in the muscles and joints. It doesn't last more than 24 to 36 hours. We do recommend that you not take any type of an anti-inflammatory before getting the vaccine. So those would be over-the-counter medications like ibuprofen and naproxen. But after the vaccine, it's certainly okay to take some of those anti-inflammatories to help with that mild soreness at the site, low-grade fever, achiness. You do not get, and Pam, this is really something important to, I think, talk about on the show. You do not get COVID infection from the vaccine. It just doesn't happen. I've spent 30 some odd years telling my patients you don't get the flu from the vaccine. It helps, keep you out of the hospital and getting significantly ill. But those are primarily the main side effects. I think that have been reported for the most part for those that have been getting it.
So what about the three different vaccines? We see Pfizer, Moderna, J&J. What's the difference? I mean, is there something we should choose differently depending on our families?
Well, that's another really good question. So the groupings, the J&J vaccine is a one-time vaccine. And it has proven to be almost 85 to 90% effective. The Moderna vaccine, the Pfizer vaccine, those are two-step vaccines. So the Pfizer vaccine is given, and then 3 weeks later, the second dose is given. The Moderna, the dose is given, and then 4 weeks, the follow-up dose is given. I'm going to take the same approach that Dr. Fauci, who has been telling everybody on a weekly basis on national TV, primarily on the Sunday talk shows, whatever vaccine you can get, take it. We've had some issues with the J&J vaccine as far as expiration dates. There was a problem with the manufacturing at one facility because they were making both vaccines at the same facility, and unfortunately they got mixed. Thank goodness they figured it out before it went out, and that's why a number of doses, never made it out to the public. But I'm of the opinion, whatever you can get, that's what you should get, and then just follow the directions, of where you got the vaccine for follow-up as needed.
All right, we have to talk about herd immunity because we hear the term all the time. I'm not sure everyone understands what herd immunity is. Maybe you can explain that.
Right. Well, I think it's a play on words with herd being, associated with animals, but this isn't the case here. So the herd immunity concept is when you have enough individuals in the public space that have either had the infection and developed resistance to it that way or have been vaccinated. We believe that in order to keep the pandemic from continuing on or having another spike in COVID infections, that we've got to get our public space at least vaccinated to probably about 75 to 85%. And again, that's why we talk about, even though you may have had the infection, you may not have had enough of an immune response to protect you. So the vaccine would help you get that additional immunity. Now, here's my bias, Pam, and I'm going to be honest about this. I want 100% vaccination.
Yeah.
Now, the reality is we're not going to get it. But we need to really, get it high enough, though, so that, the public space continues to be safe. We can continue to watch our guard. But if you've been vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask. The science doesn't require us to do that. The social distancing can go down. You can be with loved ones. So I think that, if we could get everybody, engaged and aware that it's safe, we could get to that herd immunity, and that protects everybody, quite frankly.
Well, when we come back, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we're going to talk about a question that you better think about. Have you been keeping up with your health care during this pandemic, and how should you be? We'll have more with Dr. Dale Block, of course, CareSource, our Health Week guest today, right here on 1480 WHBC. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's on your smart speaker, tablet, or phone, too. Just download the iHeart, Odyssey, or radio.com app. Be sure to check out our website daily for the latest at WHBC.com.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review.
Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors.
Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec.
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
We all want the same things. To find love. To watch our kids grow up. To stay healthy. That includes us at Cleveland Clinic Mercy Hospital. That's why we're open, taking appointments, and keeping you safe. So whether it's an annual exam or a new concern, we're here for you, for everything you need, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic Mercy Hospital. Don't delay. Visit cantonmercy.org.
2020 was a challenging year, but things are looking up, including the stock market's performance. But will it last? Hi, I'm Ken Moraif, Senior Advisor at Retirement Planners of America. If you are 50 or older, call us today to schedule a free consultation to learn more about our Invest and Protect strategy that is designed to help mitigate the risk of the stock market. Call us today at 800-375-1159 to schedule your free assessment. That's 800-375-1159.
Hi, Paul White from the Medicine Center Pharmacy. If you haven't gotten your COVID vaccine shot yet, you've got to get to the Medicine Center pharmacies in Canton, Louisville, Minerva, or New Philadelphia. We are waiting for you and have vaccine. Call or stop in your closest Medicine Center pharmacy, and we'll take care of you. Getting a COVID vaccine will save you from getting very sick. So hurry and get on with protecting yourself. The Medicine Center pharmacies in Canton, Louisville, Minerva, and New Philadelphia.
If you're thinking of buying a water softener, make Verndale's Water Center your first stop. And a free reverse osmosis drinking water system is included. Take advantage of 0% financing for 1 year. For clean, clear, great tasting water, call Verndale's Water Center today.
Verndale's Water Center.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
WHBC AM Canton, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
WHBC News now, 79 degrees. A shooting at a popular local racetrack yesterday afternoon. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office says one person is dead, another hospitalized from an incident in the parking lot at Dragway 42, where apparently two people firing weapons. That happened as people were leaving a private event at the US 42 track. The sheriff's office says a man driving recklessly and kicking up gravel in the parking lot got out of his truck and began firing at people.
Another person here at the racetrack fired back at him, supposedly in self-defense.
Captain Douglas Hutter with the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, apparently a total of about 20 rounds fired. The person killed said to be a bystander. Others believed to have been injured, not seeking treatment. That initial shooter left the scene and was still being sought. Stark County Sheriff's Office investigating a shooting death in Plain Township from over the weekend. An unidentified man shot once outside a home in the 700 block of West Common Street Northeast. He was dead at the scene. They say there is no suspect. This was not, though, a random shooting, they say. The Dover Fire Department wants to allay any concerns for residents who live near the Dover chemical plant following a fire there Friday morning. The department says they have a good working relationship with the plant and their employees are very professional.
They do a lot of monitoring. So yeah, it is a chemical plant. It can have issues, but they run a pretty tight operation now, and we've had a good working relationship with them for a long time.
Dover Fire Captain Brooks Ross, no cause for the fire, which destroyed a building and some equipment, also releasing a cloud of hydrochloric acid. The state reported 636 new cases of coronavirus over the weekend, 22 of those cases out of Stark County. The rate of fully vaccinated Ohioans went over the 42% mark over the weekend. Not too many people getting COVID-19 shots right now, but there may be a new version ready to go come fall.
Maryland-based Novavax says its late-stage clinical trial study in the U.S. and Mexico shows that its COVID-19 vaccine is about 90% effective overall, as well as safe for use. The study involved about 30,000 people and also found that the vaccine is 100% effective against moderate or severe cases of COVID-19, in addition to being effective against some of the virus variants.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Your next news at noon, and when it breaks, Jim Michaels, WHBC News.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Partly cloudy skies continuing this afternoon with a damaging thunderstorm possible. Storms can bring flash flooding and damaging winds. High for the rest of the day, 80, then mostly cloudy tonight, low 60. Tuesday will be partly sunny with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon. High tomorrow, 75. Partly sunny Wednesday, high 73. Sunny on Thursday, high 77. I'm Holly Holdren for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
This is the Magnet Spotlight on Northeast Ohio manufacturers, and today we're talking to Mike Canty, president of Alloy Precision Technologies.
Core values are critical to a company. So our core values are teamwork. We win as a team. Innovation. We want to drive growth and profitability. New ideas in equipment, processes, new ideas in everything we do, in every single department. Passion. We excel through passion. If people have a passion in what they do, they're constantly excelling and they're developing and improving what's taking place. Accountability. Hold ourselves accountable, hold each other accountable. I tell them to hold me accountable. So that's how we get better at what we do. We try to drive those values across the board, and we communicate that in virtually everything we do.
Helping manufacturers for over 30 years, Magnet can help turn your ideas into reality. For more information, go to manufacturingsuccess.org.
Hello, I'm Austin Carr, the Cavaliers, and I want to tell you a little bit about my COVID journey. I unfortunately got the virus, and it really is something that you don't want to get. So what I'd like to tell you to do is to get your vaccine. Not only do I want to protect myself, but I want to protect the other members of our community.
The Centers for Disease Control and Ohio Department of Health recommend that you get vaccinated now. Find your nearest site at gettheshot.coronavirus.ohio.gov. A message from CareSource.
And welcome back to Health Week on 1480 WHBC. I'm Pam Cook, and we are talking about CareSource and their connection to this community and the things that they do. And Dr. Dale Block is our guest right now. We've been talking about COVID-19, the vaccine, and well, as the whole pandemic came about, Dr. Block, it seemed like folks decided to stay home, to not go to their doctor appointments, or they couldn't because they were limited in what they could do, or maybe it was just you could do it, like we're doing Zoom calls and things like that for meetings. And I mean, is there some kind of a fear that now that people did not follow up and do the things that they should have been doing all that time?
Well, I think, Pam, everybody was scared. We didn't really know much about the COVID-19 virus per se. We had so many people getting sick and requiring hospitalizations, and their outcomes, as we know, weren't great. But as things got somewhat under more control, as we started to plan a vaccination process, as we continue to remind people that, it's okay to go out as long as you wear a mask, as long as you maintain your social distancing. I think people still kind of forgot the fact that, you need to have your regular checkups, especially our kids. Those well-child visits are so important. Not only do we do a physical exam, but we check for developmental delays. We make sure that the childhood vaccinations are up to date. Those kids that need to be screened for lead poisoning are screened. Adults, preventive screening for cancer. I realize that many of the hospitals and the health systems, they had to stop doing elective procedures. They really had to focus on the problem at hand, and that was managing so many people that had moderate to severe COVID infection, that quite frankly were really overrunning, the health systems. But things got better. Things are, really became under good control. And now we're reminding everybody, okay, it's time to remember to get caught up on those annual visits, preventive screening for cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancer, skin cancer, prostate cancer, colon cancer. You should not be concerned about getting those regular screening exams done. In fact, you need to continue to follow all the guidelines that we all recommend in the health delivery system on time. But the big concern that I have coming up is everybody going to remember to get their flu vaccine?
Yeah, that's interesting because we talk about a flu vaccine, and there were many people who said, I don't need a flu vaccine. I'm not going to do that. And now, are we going to get the flu vaccine? Are we going to end up getting, COVID-19 boosters in our doctor's office? What's going to happen with all of this? What do you think?
Well, we're definitely going to have the flu vaccine available as we normally do. And it's so important to remember to get that flu vaccine. Will we have a booster for the COVID? Here's what we're hearing in the medical literature. If you got the Pfizer vaccine, for instance, there's a likelihood that around 9 months or so, or 6 to 9 months after that last dose of the Pfizer vaccine, you may need to get a booster. And the reason why I say may need is because we don't know yet. The J&J vaccine, that one-time vaccine, again, there's some discussion that you may need a booster for that. I would anticipate getting a booster, just so that and certainly the listeners can start asking those questions of their doctors. Keep me apprised if I need a booster. Am I going to be able to get the booster in your office? Right now, I've been on the phone the last week with many health systems around the state, talking to physician leaders in those health systems, asking them, so are you now going to start moving vaccines into primary care offices where that trust is there, right? I had patients, I had 4 or 5 generations of patients in my practice when I was doing clinical work. And you develop that trust. And we now have the ability to do the vaccines in most of the primary care offices that want to do them. There's a process to continue to register with the Ohio Department of Health as a vaccinator. There's a process in place to get small supplies of vaccine to doctors' offices. We need to take advantage of that, and we need to make sure that, maybe you were afraid to go to a big, place to get your vaccine with others. Well, now it's going to be in your doctor's office for most part, for you to be in that comfortable environment to ask questions of your physician whom you've known for hopefully years. Again, the same things we talked about today: safety, science. What does it mean after I get the vaccine? What do I need to make sure that I continue to keep up on all the things that I need to from a health perspective? So I think that's coming, and we're going to start seeing that switch over here within the next, I would say, 7 to 10 days. And in like, almost everybody will be doing it.
Right. And it will feel easier if you get it at your doctor's office. And certainly something that I know a lot of folks will be very, very happy about if that indeed is the case. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will talk more about CareSource and COVID-19 and hear for some other folks as well right here on Health Week on 1480 WHBC.
Staying informed gives me the power of knowledge.
You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to listen to us on your smart speaker, tablet, or phone, too. Just download the iHeart, Odyssey, or radio.com app. And most of all, be sure to check out our website daily for the latest at WHBC.
Okay, so we came out at 42.
So I'm Austin Carr, the Cavaliers, and I want to tell you a little bit about my COVID journey. I unfortunately got the virus, and it really is something that you don't want to get.
You didn't get
What
out.
I'd like to tell you to do is to get your vaccine. Not only do I want to protect myself, but I want to protect the other members of our community.
The Centers for Disease Control and Ohio Department of Health recommend that you get vaccinated now. Find your nearest site at
I'll just say 56.
coronavirus.ohio.gov. A message from CareSource.
It isn't easy these days to meet face-to-face. Ohio Means Jobs, we're eager to assist you virtually or in person. What works for you works for us. We're offering on-site services by appointment only, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at both our Starr County and Tuscarawas County offices. Stay connected to our services virtually through telephone and email, Monday through Friday, 9 to 4:30. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Remember, Ohio Means Job Centers gives you the tools you need to get the job you want and the employees you need.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
UFOs are back, even if the military can't explain them. Now, Rob Schmidt takes a look at the big mystery in his series, UFOs, Are They Really Here? Airing all this week on Newsmax TV. Millions are watching Newsmax. It's on all major cable systems, and they're downloading the free Newsmax app on their smartphones. Get the latest on these strange UFOs and watch Rob Schmidt on Newsmax, the new network everyone is talking about.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting...
Hi, this is Jim Snyder of the Your Wealth, Your Retirement program, a financial education show for those seeking guidance. Are you retiring soon? Are you in the middle of changing jobs? Maybe you're just done with all of that risk in the 401k plan and you'd like to have a discussion about an early rollout. Maybe you're 70 and a half and you're in your income phase of your IRA. We can help you with all those. Give us a call at Senior Financial Group at 800-639-0824. That's 800-639-0824.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
and Doug. And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb. All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Oh,
what are the spots?
We were looking for stairs.
Dump.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality
I already told him what I was going to
Try
do.
ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/hire. That's ZipRecruiter.com/hire.
All right.
At Beckley, they pride themselves on serving families in Massillon and the surrounding areas with dignity, respect, and compassion.
Like that's fun.
Families they serve are their top priority and have set measures in place to help protect and accommodate the elderly, sick, and members of the public.
That Viagra one.
And will make every effort to accommodate families in making arrangements, conducting services in any capacity needed to ensure their safety and comfort while honoring their loved one. Beckley, serving the community with grace and compassion.
Hey, the Roadman Kenny Rhoda here for Froggy's Car Wash, now open with 2 locations for your convenience, Lincoln Way East in Perry Township, and the newest, bestest, largest car wash at Belton on Everhard. Get unlimited car washes for one price starting at $20 a month, plus free vacuums. That's unlimited washes all month long for less than $1 a day. You won't find a car wash that keeps your car cleaner than Froggy's. Foam waterfall, hot wax, paint protectant, tire shine, and spot-free drying rinse. All the soap is non-corrosive, and they have high-powered blowers, leaving your car dry and spotless. It's fast. It's easy. It only takes minutes while you stay in the car. So take advantage of what Froggy's has to offer. Unlimited monthly plans with free vacuums starting at $20 a month. So take your car to Froggy's Car Wash. 2 locations, Perry Township, and the newest is now open in Belton on Everhard Road. And tell them the Roadman sent you.
And welcome back to the week on 1480 WHBC and our conversation today with CareSource. We have learned so much, but I think it's really important that we hear from a member. So we're going to share with you now this member story.
The first time I really did drugs was when I was 8 years old. I smoked marijuana. Me and my buddy got it from his sister's boyfriend. We went into the woods here in town and smoked it all. When I was 12 years old was when I got arrested for the first time. The school had pressed unruly and truancy charges on me and sent me to jail. It was kind of like a rite of passage. When I was 17 is when I started smoking crack and doing heroin. The first time I smoked crack, I was hooked. It was a different feeling. It was actually like, I want more right now. My mom has always been there for me, but I was always able to manipulate her. I would call her every day, Mama needs money. Mama needs money. Mom, will you help me out? I thought I was like, the reason why she was giving me money and the reason why she cared so much is because she had to, because she was my mom. This is her job. I didn't think I could be loved. I went to prison. The whole time I would be locked up, I'm never using again. I'm never going to get high again. And then once I get out the door, the very first thought I have is, how am I going to get high?
I worked in Clark County at a local drug and alcohol treatment center, and Joe was one of the hundreds of people who come through the door seeking treatment. And in Joe's situation, he needed detox from the opiates that he was on, and he needed residential treatment. And I worked with Joe for over a year. He came to outpatient groups where I was a counselor every single day, and he was high every day because he couldn't stop using on his own.
I failed so many times within a year span trying to get into treatment, trying to get clean. And I failed one more time. I went to the treatment program and I couldn't do it. And then I had went home and thought to myself, I'm going to die a junkie, so why not just go ahead and kill myself? And at that time, I bought a whole bunch of fentanyl and tried to overdose myself. About an hour and a half later, I woke up on the bathroom floor. My very first thought was, you failed at this. Like, you're such a failure, you can't even kill yourself right. Something came over me and said, there's something more for you. I got into treatment on April 14th of 2016. That's the last day I touched any drug.
The treatment center does their job when they complete somebody through treatment. But then what? What does somebody do after they complete treatment? Once I started with CareSource, I knew I had a lot of potential members that I had worked with in the past, and Joe was one of the first ones that I had reached out to because I knew he had got into treatment. And in reality, what a member needs is so much more than that.
Through Eric, he had told me that CareSource had a life services program. CareSource would provide this life coach that would come and actually sit down with me, write out these plans, make a plan to go back to school, help me find a better job. It was actually the first time that I've ever thought that I could be something more.
We need to say, Joe, I believe in you. I know you can do this. What can I do to help? And it's in situations like that, being ready when the member's ready to make that change in their life.
I went to Clark State to join their social work program because I wanted to give back to my community, kind of the same way Eric gave back to me. Now I'm about to graduate with my associate's degree. I'm starting a bachelor's program in the fall, which is a beautiful thing. I was a high school dropout. My mom can see me graduate now.
I don't see somebody for what they currently are. I see somebody for what they're capable of being, right? And when you get to talk with Joe and you hear his story, you hear where he's come from, but you hear his goals and his dreams that are in there, that's what I see coming to life. There's a big difference between paying for somebody to go to treatment and helping that member thrive once they complete that treatment.
If CareSource had not come into my life, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. At my job now, I work for the Rocking Horse Community Health Center here in Springfield. We have a substance use program. Everybody that comes through there, I tell them, I just want to see you do well. I'm able to live the dream that I dreamed for so long. I have a wife that I love. I have a son that I love. I have a house. I have a good job where I'm giving back to people.
CareSource, meeting moment. What a powerful story that we heard there as a member story. And we appreciate CareSource sharing all this great information with us today as the first day of our health week. And they have some great community partners. We appreciate talking to them as well. And don't forget, you can watch this video on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel. Just search 1480 WHBC. Our annual health week will continue tomorrow. We will sit down with the folks at Omni Orthopedics, and you may think they do just a few things here and there, but you'll be amazed at what they do. And also, we will have conversations this week with Altman Hospital, Starkmar, Green Compassion Network, and Hear Inc. We want to make sure that you tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. And again, thank you so much to the folks at CareSource. I'm Pam Cook. Have a great day, everyone.
This is Ryan Groschmidt, Banking Center Manager from the Commercial and Savings Bank, and I'm happy to announce that we're moving our North Canton Banking Center to a new location. Our new banking center is located at 600 South Main Street and will open on July 12th. We're your community bank, ready to help with everything from your first account to buying a home to growing your business. We look forward to seeing you from our new location, the Commercial and Savings